49 Labour MPs rebelled, even after you ditched a lot of your flagship welfare bill. So Zara Sultana isn't alone, is she? There seem to be a lot of Labour MPs who have lost faith in the leadership.
Well, I think she's always taken a very different view to most people in the government on a lot of different things, and that's for her to do so. I think, though, the real question is the things that people want to see change in the country. I think my constituency, the thing that came up most than anything else was the state of our NHS. People really worried about not being able to get appointments and feeling that the NHS was crumbling around our ears. Instead, we have a Labour government that is rebuilding our NHS again, that is strengthening town centres with the safer streets work that we're doing.
But I do want to press you on what this rebellion means for the party, because you should be having a celebration, but this week, one of your flagship policies, this welfare reform bill, has faced this huge rebellion. You've had a humiliating climb down by the government. If Labour can't unite on a core policy like this, what does it say about your ability to govern?
Well, there's a lot of things that actually everybody has focused on about the importance of reforming to get people back into work, about the importance of making sure that the welfare system isn't getting people trapped, getting people stuck, because the best way of getting people out of poverty is to get people into work.
But what about this issue of people rebelling?
You're right, of course. There were disagreements, and including about the process of reviewing the personal independence payment. That has now been changed, and there's now going to be a much slower time review to take place in order to get that right. And look, the Prime Minister's reflected on this process, and we know government is not smooth. You know, I've been in government before, under the last Labour government, before 2010, been in opposition and been in government again. Of course, there are times in government when things aren't smooth and when you have to do a lot more work to get things right. But overall, especially things like getting the economy growing with the 3 trade deals that we've got, wages growing, the NHS and policing, a lot of things that are going to take longer, but still also the work that's really important that's underway.
But as far as this bill is concerned, you did have to backtrack. You said it's not always smooth, but it became expensive when you do that. You now have £5 billion to find. The Prime Minister and the Chancellor have refused to rule out tax rises. A tax rise is now inevitable.
Well, all of those issues are matters for the Chancellor and the budget, and they have to take those sort of decisions around budgets. I know from very long periods of time spending in different cabinets through the years, ultimately it's only for the Chancellor to make